When you spawn into a new Minecraft world, it feels untouched, peaceful. But the grass and dirt are hiding a terrifying truth. You aren't the first one here. The Overworld isn't a pristine wilderness. It's a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Everywhere you look, there is evidence of massive, highly advanced empires that wiped themselves out through forbidden magic, biological weapons, and catastrophic dimensional breaches. Today, we are opening the archive on the Forgotten Empires. Let's start with the Exiles. Woodland mansions aren't mansions at all. They are illegal biological research labs. The illagers inside aren't just angry villagers. They are dark magic exiles trying to play God. Evokers were banished for obsessing over immortality. That's why they hold the Totem of Undying. They are actively experimenting with dead souls. And it gets worse. Ravagers aren't natural animals. They are biological weapons, violently stitched together from villagers and beasts. They hide in the dark forests to conceal these terrifying experiments. The Illagers' biological experiments were terrifying, but they weren't the only civilization trying to play God. While the surface world was busy stitching together monsters, a completely different, highly advanced empire was dominating the oceans. And they didn't rely on dark magic. They relied on cold, calculated engineering. Ocean monuments weren't built by the ancient builders. They belong to a forgotten aquatic empire. The guardians inside aren't natural fish. They are engineered security cameras built to protect the gold hidden inside. Notice how they drop prismarine shards when killed? They are entirely robotic, powered by raw energy and stone. The Elder Guardian is a massive biological supercomputer designed to inflict mining fatigue, stopping you from breaking into their vault. This aquatic empire vanished, leaving behind an army of relentless machines. That aquatic empire eventually collapsed, leaving only their robotic sentinels behind in the deep. But back on land, the Overworld's ancient builders were facing their own extinction-level events. To gather the immense resources needed to fuel their civilizations, they dug colossal industrial complexes deep underground. But they didn't just find gold and iron in the dark. They woke a nightmare. The ancient builders didn't just abandon the Mineshafts, they were violently pushed out. Players think the miners simply ran out of resources and left. But the sheer volume of cave spider spawners tells a darker story. These massive industrial complexes were suddenly overrun by a venomous biological infestation. The miners didn't evacuate gracefully. They dropped their loot in mine carts, collapsed the tunnels, and were hunted in the dark. The Overworld underground is literally a massive sealed-off quarantine zone. With the underground completely lost to the infestation, the builders were forced back to the surface. But the Overworld was no longer safe. They began using extreme measures to hide their most dangerous secrets. Deep in the Badlands and deserts, they built imposing pyramids. But these weren't monuments to kings. They were desperate quarantine zones. The TNT trap at the bottom of a desert temple isn't there to stop grave robbers. If it was just about protecting the loot, the trap would shoot arrows or drop lava. Instead, it uses massive explosives. The blast radius is designed to instantly vaporize anyone inside, but more importantly, to collapse the entire floor in on itself. It's a self-destruct protocol. The builders weren't trying to keep you out. They were trying to bury something, ensuring it never escaped. These temples are actually ancient containment facilities. Whatever they were trying to bury beneath the sand, it was nothing compared to the threat they eventually brought upon themselves. In their pursuit of infinite power and resources, the ancient builders tried to conquer other dimensions. They ripped holes in the fabric of the Overworld and let a plague slip through. Ruined portals aren't just broken doorways. They are the blast radius of a dimensional invasion. Players assume the ancient builders simply abandoned these structures to decay over time, but the blocks tell a terrifying story. The weeping obsidian and the spreading veins of netherrack prove that the Nether isn't just a separate dimension. It acts like an aggressive biological virus trying to consume the overworld. The builders didn't leave these portals to rot. They intentionally shattered them, desperately trying to sever the connection before the infection could spread any further. The Nether was never meant to be explored. It was a plague they had to cut off. The desperate attempt to shatter the portal frames barely slowed the Nether infection. Out of options, the most advanced faction of builders decided to flee. They retreated to the deepest, darkest corners of the world, building massive reinforced cities near the bedrock. They thought they were finally safe from the chaos of the surface. But they made a fatal miscalculation. The Sculk isn't a plant or a fungus. It feeds directly on experience points, the literal life force of the dead. The ancient cities were built by the most advanced civilization in the overworld, but they dug too deep, and they woke something hungry. They accidentally synthesized a parasite that didn't just kill them, it absorbed them entirely. Look at the warden's chest. It isn't a natural animal. It is a biological weapon forged from the compressed, screaming souls of the exact civilization the Sculk devoured. They didn't just build a city down there. They built a monument to their own extinction. The Sculk parasite was the final nail in the coffin. The ancient cities fell, the portals shattered, the temples collapsed, and the Mineshafts were left to rot in the dark. Now, you wander the ruins of these forgotten empires, picking up the pieces of their broken world. You aren't just surviving. You are walking through the aftermath of an apocalypse. If you want to uncover more dark secrets of the overworld, hit subscribe. The archive has just been opened.